Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been about a week since I last uploaded, so without any further delay, let's get into it. So this first game is against Double Undead Priest Rogue Mirror. Here I want to use Perception to my advantage. I push in, find Rogue, get the sap. Their Priest pushes in, and so it's a good opportunity to open Priest because we can get a double fear out of the CC on both of them. Unfortunately, the Rogue resists the fear, but the Priest still gets feared. So my Priest sits here and dispels him down, so he has no buffs left. Meanwhile, their Rogue opens on me. The position I'm in is okay because my Priest is still able to heal me from here, so the Rogue doesn't get too much pressure and goes for a re-stealth. I call for my Priest to move in here to stop the Rogue from re-stealthing, and we manage to prevent him from doing so. Here I step kick the Priest, and I want to blind him out of the lockout and then vanish and sheep shot the Rogue. I kidney him out, and at this point we have a decent amount of pressure. He gets hit by a tornado, has pain suppression, and here the Rogue just looks to get counter pressure on me. He kidneys me, and so I decided to trinket this so we can keep pressure up. The Rogue still has 4 stack of wounds, and my Priest is now feared, so I vanish, cheap shot the Priest because the Rogue is still on stun DR, and try and prevent some mana burns on my Priest. He still gets burned a couple times, but we have a ton of pressure on their Rogue, and he's not getting healed, so this puts us really far ahead. My Priest pushes left side, I go right side, and he's able to keep him in combat. Here I can reopen and cheap shot the Rogue again. We both get tornadoed a second time, and I get half gouged. I'm already on DR, and I'm able to finish the Rogue here. Alright, so this is another Priest Rogue Alliance mirror. Dwarf, Disc Priest, and a Human Rogue. And so here it's going to be about who finds who in stealth really for the opener. The Priest is on the right side, so I figure the Rogue has to be in Shadow Step LS, so I push right side with Perception, and it turns out I'm right, and I get the sap on the Rogue. So my Priest is purging him here, and we're going to get a really good opener because of the sap. I kidney him out, my Priest is helping me do damage, and we just want to get as much pressure as we can and force as many cooldowns as we can in this opener. So we don't force too much, but it makes the Priest use a lot of mana. Here, their Rogue steps, blinds my Priest, and uses evasion. He's still super low because he steps out of range of his Priest. I reshift Crippling on the Rogue, and he vanishes, and then I step kick the Priest and blind him. So he's now trinketed, my Priest dispels my Shadow Word Pain, and I'm shivving Crippling onto their Priest to help my Priest get a fear more easily. So the Rogue has to reopen. Their Priest has no trinket, and he's now in a full fear. I'm in a kidney, but I'm totally fine. My Priest is an MCC. And their Rogue pops evasion again. So here he trinkets and vanishes, and he has no vanishes left at all. So I'm able to just get a clean re-stealth, and I still have preparation and another vanish, but he's able to sap me here. So my Priest runs in and tries to Holy Nova. We're kind of still in a good position just because their Priest is on the bottom, and the Rogue's kind of stuck up here, preventing us from getting a Shadow Sight. So he does get an opener on me, and my Priest is sapped, which is good for them, but I still have my trinket, so I decided to trinket that kidney and gouge the Rogue. So now his Priest is out of line, he has no buffs on his Rogue at all, and I'm doing a ton of damage to this Rogue and get a Rupture up. Here the Priest pushes in and uses Pain Suppression on his Rogue, and so I just stay on him, and my Priest manages to get an MC. As the Rogue jumps, we get an Abyss crit and a Shadow Word Death, and the Rogue goes down. This next game is also a Priest Rogue mirror. It's Alliance. The Rogue manages to get sap on me, and so their Priest cleans me, and then they want to open on my Priest as soon as they can and start mana burning. So their Priest uses Power Infusion and starts to burn. I ship Crippling on their Priest to try and prevent the fear, but he just fears me alone instead. So here my Priest stone forms and tries to get to me to dispel the fear, but he's not able to. So I have to step, cheap shot this Rogue, and try and get some pressure. I kidney him here, and we get a fear on his Priest. He trinkets the kidney and blinds my Priest. And so I trinket his kidney and blind his Priest. And at this point, neither Priest have trinket. My Priest is still in a blind, and he gets sapped out of it. Luckily, I don't have a Rupture on me here, so I get a clean vanish. It puts us in an okay spot, but they're about to open on my Priest again and start burning him. So I'm spamming step cheap shot on their Rogue here to open. And I managed to get the kidney off, but he double fears us. Our positioning wasn't great here. So this allows the Rogue to drop combat, he re-stealths, and he saps me. And they reopen on my Priest here with mana burns into a kidney, and obviously he has no trinket. So out of this, he uses pain suppression, and they stack and they get double feared. So pretty big misplays by both teams. I'm able to get a re-stealth here and Shadow Step cheap shot their rogue. I get a couple big crits, I get the kidney off, and their priest is trying to get over here to heal him. He gets off the pain suppression, but no cast, and their rogue goes down. So this next game is against an Alliance Priest Warlock. Usually we could consider going Priest if they were Horde, but in this case it's a Dwarf Priest, so we just want to go on the Warlock. We'll usually win this game on mana because of Wound Poison. So I'm able to step sap the Priest here and cheap shot the Warlock. I don't want a kidney here because I want to get exposed armor up and stack wounds. My Priest runs in for the fear, but it gets devoured almost instantly, and so he knows I want to blind. So he pain sups, I wait for the death from the Priest, and then I blind. He trinkets immediately and keeps trying to heal his Warlock. Here the pain suppression ends, so I go for the kidney, and the Warlock trinkets. So this is really big for us. Both of them have trinketed, and my Priest and I both have our trinkets. I banish Garrote here for some extra damage, refresh my exposed armor, and just sit on the Warlock. At this point, both Priests are just purging and doing as much damage as they can. It's just kind of a race. So he gets tornadoed away from his Priest. It's really good for us. Kidney's about to come off DR, so I kidney him again here. And I want to wait for my energy and look for a step kick. So I wait for that tick, get the step kick, I prep, I banish Garrote, and keep the pressure up on the Warlock. I get feared here, and I decide to trinket an Abyss and hope for a crit, but it doesn't happen. And so I get feared again, and my Priest goes for a fear, but it resists. Here, the Priest chastises me to try and prevent the focus kick, but I have sprint up, and at the last second, I'm able to get the focus kick on him, and his Warlock goes down. Alright, I will leave you guys with some audio of a game where we hadn't played in about a week, and my Priest decided to queue up some skirmishes just to get some practice in before we queued some rated matches. And he was convinced he'd queued a skirmish, and no, it was a rated game.
God. Oh my god, dude. What the fuck?
The hell?
God, I swear I kept switching it. How the fuck did it do that? What the fuck, man? I swear I kept switching it. God fucking damn it, man.